Okay guys, I'm back again. This time with a quick update on my replacement Earthquake IG800W. And the update is going back to Amazon. This unit actually doesn't have an inverter problem, doesn't have a fuel leak problem. Although the inverter, when I first got it, went down to 45 hertz, seemed to only happen during the first start, never returned, so that's not much of an issue. The unit has 12 hours of operation total on it right now. Around the 8-hour mark, I started to notice a little rattle, which I assume was just maybe a screw or some plastic piece, maybe the exhaust shaking loose. But when I took the unit into my garage, which I'm in right now because it's raining like cats and dogs out there, you can see the water at the bottom of the door. I started the unit up, looked for the source of the noise, and unfortunately the noise was coming from the engine, and it's really apparent when the engine is warmed up with 20 or so minutes of operation on it. It really makes that noise. Really, with RPM changes, you can hear it too. So if you flip between eco mode and normal output, you can hear it. Unit's kind of cold now. It's only run for around 3 minutes, and I don't think it's going to make the noise for us as loud, but I do have various clips of the unit making the noise. So what I'm going to do here, give it a cold, well, not a cold start, but a warm start, 3-minute warm start, and show you guys, try to demo the noise for you, if it will or not for us, and then also show you how the unit restarts, because this unit, I believe, has a few vacuum leaks just like the original IG800W, which I've now fixed. Took me a couple of weeks to fix this unit, trial and error, but I got it working. Fixed a torn carburetor gasket with super glue. Hopefully that works. Kind of smoothed it out enough that hopefully it should work. I also had the fuel pump, of course, which was the main issue, leak, and the reason I got to keep this one because of the major fuel leak. But that unit's working fine. I'm going to compare it with this unit here in just a second as far as the starting. But let's go ahead and start this guy up. Hopefully it'll start for us. Sometimes it's hard to start. I think that's due to the vacuum leaks. You can hear it kind of puffing like it's trying to start. I really want to start. Get a few pools here. Alright. So you can't really hear the rod knock issue. Maybe if I turn it to this side where the noise is most apparent, put it in eco mode. You can hear it a little bit, but it's not warm enough to make the noise yet. Just a slight little bit, not really making a noise. But even though you can only hear it slightly, I'm sending it back because I like dealing with Amazon's customer support over Earthquake. I've called Earthquake probably around 4 or 5 times over the past month, and it's not been a great experience. There's always some lady answering the phone who doesn't really know what she's doing. She has to put me on hold for an extremely long time to run back. I'm assuming she has to run back from the length of time it takes to ask somebody from a different department about the issue. She doesn't really seem like she knows too much about generators. But the other issue is they were apparently going to look up parts for me and call me back because I wanted to fix the original unit. Let them know I was honest that I got to keep this unit. This unit's probably voided its warranty because it's a unit that was deemed unsafe by Amazon. So I want to pay for parts outright, the fuel pump and the gaskets for the carburetor. And I called back a couple of times. Called the first time, said they would call me back. Called the second time, let them know what happened. Oh, we're sorry, we'll give you a call back. No, they didn't give me a call back, so I'm not too sure about their customer service over at Artisan, which is the parent company of Earthquake. As you can see here, but I don't want to deal with them because it could be something where they keep the generator for a month or two and then they may even lose the order. I'm just not trusting of them as from my experience. So I rather deal with Amazon. Amazon pretty much, I called yesterday and they've already arranged for UPS to pick up this unit today, and the replacement unit is coming here today. They overnighted it from Texas, Dallas, Texas. It's kind of weird because they have that Ebola thing going on right now, but shouldn't be an issue for me. But anyway, they're really quick. It's 1 day turnaround from your issue. Your old unit gets picked up, your new unit gets dropped off in about 24 hours. So I'd rather deal with them than the company that actually sells this item. So let me go ahead and show you guys the restart. Unit should be warm enough. Exhaust is nice and warm, but sometimes it has an issue with restart. I think that's from vacuum leaks that I'm now not going to fix because the engine is bad and they're going to be receiving this back. And as you can see, power switch has been on this entire time. Choke is not on. I put choke on. Everything else is on. Primer bulb is filled. See if the unit will start. Almost. So put it back in normal output. But you can see the starting problems I've been having because the cord is frayed from me having to pull it so many times after the unit's warm. It's really worse when the unit has been running for a couple of hours. It's really hard to restart. And the only reason I restarted is because I'm using it for yard work. And I have to walk from my backyard to the front of the house. And I don't want the oil sloshing around, risking not lubricating something. So I set the unit off and sitting up there basically mooning people, bending over trying to get this unit started when I take it to my front yard, because it takes honestly between 8 and 15 pulls to start it up from a really warm state. I think that's due to vacuum leaks, because let me set this on the floor. The original unit did the same thing, and it did it even after I changed it with a premium NGK spark plug, and I didn't find out until later that it was from the various vacuum leaks that I plugged up. And also, one weird issue is from the factory, both units, the stock Torch spark plugs, had too wide of a gap per the manufacturer's recommendations, so they weren't gapped properly, which I think was an issue with them. After I gapped them correctly, still wouldn't start up. I mean, they started a little bit better, maybe around 3 or 4 less pulls, but mainly the vacuum issues were causing that. So this unit, cold, as you can see, choke on, fuel already in the bowl, primer bulb, so I'm not going to mess around with that. Power switch is on, eco is off. See how many pulls this unit takes. This is the one I fixed the vacuum leaks on. 1 pull, no choke. 1 pull, no choke. No rod knock noise. As you can hear, no rattle. Turn it off. Let it sit for around 3 seconds. Let's start it up. Power switch on. Not in choke, just open choke. Starts 1 pull, and I can repeat that. Turn it off. Power switch on. Starts 1 pull every single time. So I think the problem with these units is they were rushed through production. And if I were a normal person, this unit would have got a negative review for leaking gas all over my deck the first time. It would have gotten a negative review this time for having rod knock, and hopefully my third unit is alright, because I may just get a refund on that one. But I'm not going to write a negative review because I know the circumstances that they had to go through. This unit really blew up, and it is a relatively small company. Again, the customer service issues I had to deal with, they might have just been flooded with calls, so they never called me back. But I'm going to give this last unit a try. 3 strikes you're out if that unit is bad. I'm just going to straight up get my refund, return that one. And I don't know if I'm going to buy anything else because I've already got my Kipper IG1000 and various other generators. The reason I want to try this one out is because it is the cheapest inverter generator that you can buy for the money, and I still have a positive experience with my original unit after I fixed it. But I kind of want to get one that you don't have to fix, because there's some people that don't have mechanical skills, and at least enough mechanical skills to fix what I fixed on these generators to get them working right. So getting ready to drain the oil in this one, drain the gas. As far as the fuel economy, both units last about 8 hours per tank with a little over 100-watt load, but again, they both have problems. So hopefully my third unit won't be more of the same. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.